jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Bomb Squad!
Now, of course, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. A-Side official, no negotiation needed. Yes, this is quite different in the AM. That's why I did it around this time. So, I can be a voice for those young, those young men that's growing up in this life today. And then especially down here in the ATL. I got to keep on letting them and be warned. I have to keep on letting them know and warning them about what's going on in society in general. Now, I'm not saying this is going on all around, but I'm just saying that I need to be the one that's the messenger. I think it's highly essential and efficacious to keep people well informed. Real talk. I got to keep you well informed about your life and what these sisters are more focused on in their life. You know what I'm saying? So let's get down to it. The first in the building, Carlos Jackson, is on deck. Salute to you, brother. Shout out to the king himself in the building, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I know he been locked in. You know what I'm saying? Training. Shout out to you, man. So, as you all know, when it comes down to, just the physical attraction that men have for women, even we have to really process that differently now. The reason why I say that is because you really have to check out, what do you see in front of you? Okay? You've established she's a female, she's full, she's a woman, or a growing female into a woman. But more so, this live stream is pretty much to try to assess if you attempt to speak or try to accost or attempt any type of conversation with this female with the hopes of building some type of relationship or connecting to establish a relationship. There's certain areas that you have to check out, and one is her head. Head is very, very important. Very, very important, y'all. Because we understand that you're going to find women that dress a certain way and they're going to spend some money. Cool. But the head is where you need to pay close attention to. What is a detail of the physical variables that you're going to have to deal with if indeed you're able to get her number and you all may go out a time or two, okay? It's a lot that's going on with that. The head of this female, whoever she may be, that you have to be concerned about. So, within this lifetime, women are more engaged to not wearing their hair natural. There are some women that have these sew-ins that will braid their hair underneath and they will put a sew-in on top. And some of them are quite the opposite. They would rather keep a low hairstyle like me, fade that shit up, have a fresh line, and then put some a weave, a lace front on top of it. Either way, they get it to a point where it looks so natural. It's so natural. And then a nigga like me looking from a distance, I'm like, okay, I've seen this already. I mean, I've been all over, man. I've seen this. I'm kind of spoiled to seeing hair and seeing females that have natural long 30-inch hair to their waist. You know what the attractiveness is. See, The difference between seeing a woman in a foreign country and seeing a woman with 30 inches over here, I know my sisters paid for that. Excuse me. I know my sisters either paid for that or they was able to have someone pay for that shit. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about 28 to 30 inches. That means women, especially down here, are getting weave from their head, the top of their head, and the length is basically stopping right around their waistline. Okay? Depending on what your budget like, your hair, you might see a woman with their hair look like the model that's in the picture, all nice and straight. She looking like $1,000,000, and then she have to go get an outfit to match that. And look, I'm gonna tell you, they look real nice out there. But know this, fellas, this is not just for you. This is something that you need to pass on to them young men that's in your household. You understand? You have to really pay attention to how it's gonna affect them. Taking care of a woman with this type of habit is truly worse than child support at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's truly worse than child support, because this can fluctuate with a lot more other variables to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say, for instance, the female that you're dating, she likes to get her hair. She likes to have an appointment at least twice a month. So with that twice a month, you have to include takedown. So if you have a woman that gets her hair done, she have to first purchase bundles. Depending on what quality or what type of weave that she likes to purchase, is going to run you a nice little tab. Then you get it. You have to, set the appointment with whoever the beautician is. Down here in the A, the beauticians, man, they aren't cheap. They aren't cheap. Best believe that. So you go in there with whatever amount of hair you get, and they have to prep your hair, sometimes braid what little hair you got, and then so they can start performing the masterpiece on you. Now hear me out, men, and those younger men. These women are building up everything on the exterior to make themselves more attractive, not for you, but to those who are around them, society, their inner circle, whoever or wherever they choose to go, those places. They're making it attractive to them. Men, we're not going to really enjoy that like we should, especially if you're contributing to the freaking monthly fee, right? Because it gets to a point, right, where if you're seeing her on a regular basis for lunch, maybe y'all have been together long enough that y'all might be involved sexually, right? Know that when it comes time for her to get an appointment and you're there, you may be potentially responsible to ensure that she gets some type of compensation to her next appointment, because she's going to let you know, I'm trying to get pretty for you. Okay, we all know that. I'm just telling you basic shit. But understand, this basic shit is being ignored by fellas today because they feel like if they assist a woman with getting her hair done like this, 30 inches, which I haven't even got to the slides yet. We helping a woman out. We expecting something. But see, that's not always the case, because the woman, like I said, is building up the outside. The vajayjay, nothing changed with that. Everything from the outside can change. You know what I'm saying? But when she get her hair done and get right, makeup on, clothes, hey, it's a total transformation. Fellas, at one point in time, if you're dating the female, you're going to pay for the transformation. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're going to pay for the transformation. Let's take a look at this. Fees to please. Fees to please, y'all. Between 100 and 300 is low end. That's the low end. Figuring out the cost of sew-in hair extensions can feel like a daunting chore. However, it doesn't have to be that way. Depending on the factors such as type and quality of hair used, or even the complexity of styling involved, costs can vary significantly. On average, though, you're likely looking at anywhere install service between 100 and 300. Not down here in the ATL. I guarantee you that. And then let's take a look at how much the sew-ins cost. Now, fellas, I want you to understand certain things with sew-ins. Sew-ins is to assist women so that their hair can, first of all, stay on their head the correct way. And it takes a lot of work from whoever is the handler or the beautician to make this come out the way it's supposed to. It is some incredible work in how they transform these women to look the way they do. Incredible. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would rather date the beautician than the woman of the client that they fix. She's fixing their hair, because the beautician themselves, man, they tough. I mean, their work, it take a lot of patience. It take a lot of man hours. Man, it takes a lot of women not showing up with the right bundles, or not freaking staying still in the chair, just being on your feet the entire time, working with your hands. I'd rather date them any time of the day. But anyway, let's talk about the cost, the monthly cost. I know fellas really don't want to pay attention to this because it's Sunday morning, but don't worry about it. Hit the replay. I'm trying to save y'all thousands upon thousands. Okay? They say, how much does a sew-in cost? This depends on a number of factors, include where you are in the country and who your stylist is. That's big. Just like barbers. All barbers don't charge alike. It says, generally speaking, through the install service, usually ranges from 100 to 600, y'all. And that's not including the cost of extensions. Okay, like I said, you get the extensions. Let's just say the extensions cost you 300 to 600, and you get an install. That means getting a sew-in with your beautician. That's 1,200. 600 times 2 equals 1,200, right? That is not a 1,200 that you're purchasing towards something gonna last you for a long time, something you're gonna benefit from every day, like a car payment. $1,200 can put you in a Beamer, Benz, Lexus, you know what I'm saying, Cadillac. It can put you in some nice high-end cars for $1,200 a month. And along with that, you're gonna be able to, slide when you want to slide, go into some places, really feeling yourself. You can be like, damn, I feel good. This is worth my $1,200. Or you can think about the woman that you with, that $1,200 is only temporary $1,200. You know what I'm saying? That's like you wanted to go towards something productive. Like, let's just say it was your mortgage or your rent, or towards food. You're getting food. But this is a cost. This is a item cost that's factored in your monthly expenses. If you choose to stay with a female that has this type of habit, you're gonna pay $1,200 for something that you're not gonna see anything from except her smile. You know what I'm saying? And then you may go out because she got to get, once a woman finally get that fresh sew-in, they got to go out to eat. So you about to go out here and pay another tab and get her something to eat. And then once she get rid of you, with a full belly, she gonna get ready to go out with her girlfriends. Now the whole part of this live stream is not to really care who she's going out with. It's to properly prepare you to prevent breaking yourself in half trying to pay while you're dating a maintenance fee such as this. This is a lot to deal with if you're paying either all of it or even half of it. $600 a month is pretty expensive to take care of females' habit when it comes to extensions. So let's go to a first video of mine where we're gonna, change the level, what I'm saying, kind of show you the work that is going on in this world today with my sisters, and how it's not improving relationship. It's not improving relationship quality. It's not improving intimacy. It's not improving, building families. This is a job where the beauticians are winning. The beauticians are winning. And the fellas, what I'm saying, we still out here losing if you choose to participate in this. Now watch this transformation right here, y'all. And once again, let me put this up here. I have to go back up here and put this disclosure. You know what I'm saying? Let me put that up there. Yep. We get back down here and give you the first video so you can see what I'm talking.
This girl could never book with me again. You need at least 4 inches of hair to get a sew in. I see she sent me a picture the morning of talking about she just cut off her locks. I'm still trying to figure out who business is that and who sent you, because now I got to suffer the consequences. Of course, she had to blow dry her own closure. She bought it the day of. I had to bleach it the day of. I'm not an octopus. I don't have many arms. I'm so happy to see that she was so joyful in this moment because I got something for her. I always ask my clients to please refrain from looking at me, but I couldn't bust a move. Any little thing I did, the girl was giving me the hawk eyes. I just didn't understand, why are you looking at me? You don't have nobody to text. Like, your man is not nothing. Like, what happened? At this point, she was aggravated because I asked her to hold the blow dryer, but my book inside clearly says that you will be my assistant as I'm doing your hair. I asked that you do not eat or drink while I'm doing your hair, so to be dancing. And remember when I said I got something for her? She don't know that I already blocked her from making future appointments with me before she even left this day. So thank you. Please get out my chair and don't come back. Thank you.
Now, as you've seen that first piece of evidence numero uno, number 1, evidence alpha, 1 alpha. You've seen a female and the beautician that was commentating basically saying you needed 4 inches for a sew-in. You needed at least 4 inches of hair. And she said she had cut off her locks, the one that was getting the hair done. But the beautician said you need at least 4 inches of hair to get a sew-in. I pretty much understand where she was at with it. But this is the wild part. Okay, this is going on in high school, right? There's some parents out there that had daughters. I don't know what it's like to have a daughter. God bless me. All I wanted was a son, and God blessed me with a son, and then he passed away. He blessed me with another son and another son. I never knew what it was like to be a daughter. And it's probably a reason, you know what I'm saying? Because I just asked for a son. Thank you. Thank you, Father God. Low maintenance. Hey, put on them James shoes. Thank you for that, Father God. I do. But when it comes to potentially having a daughter, right? I know this when my sons was in high school, that this cost per month, this habit is something that's going on as we speak in high school, right? So these women are getting their hair braided early in life and still to let it grow out and just be natural and just really letting it get full and rich and getting it, blown dried out and, just really putting all those ingredients on it just to help it grow and be thick. No, they're getting it braided early in school, y'all. And we're going to get back to that, how that's a serious problem, that these parents, especially the mothers, are pretty much supporting these young black women with a style to have 30 inches at your back, 28 inches at your back, 26 inches at your back. You got to understand that once they get up and they decide to have a relationship, one thing that comes first and foremost is their hair. And you wonder why they are always coming home with an attitude. Because the first thing that's most important, especially if they just got it done, is their hair. Their hair is the most important thing to them. So we're going to look at one more video. This is a little different, but I want it's a different take. The first one was she came in with very, very little hair for a sew-in, and then you have the second one. And well, let me just show you what I'm talking about.
Keep your hair down. We're here for like a sewing to be all right?
Yes.
Or just the front?
Close your sewing. Yeah.
How long is your hair? During this service, the whole time I was questioning, should I charge her extra? Should I charge her extra? I was braiding for an hour and a half. Usually I braid for an hour, and still I was like, should I charge her extra? My arms started hurting, and I was like, should I charge her extra? Because her hair is so long and thick, and it took me longer, way longer than I usually should. And you know, as a hairstylist, you charge by your time. But in the end, I did ask my followers on my stories to ask if I should have charged her extra, and it was on my bad because I already charged her before her service. That is a part of my policy. You pay 100%, and I didn't charge her extra, you guys. I didn't feel well charging her extra because even though I did more, it didn't sit well with me. So this is the finished look, and let me guys know what you think in this section. Oh, and we did a sewing with lace closure, the glueless method, and I will list all the products that I've used in this video.
They did a sewing with lace closure. All the terminologies that they have to get these type of hairstyles completed is incredible. It came such a long ways, and the women that's doing them, they're extremely talented. Cost plus tax and extra tax. Cost plus extra fees. Okay, how much does a weave cost? The hair for a weave can cost between $85 and $600 and more. And many factors can increase these prices, okay? Like the quality of the hair you get for the weave in the salon you go to. You typically need to pay more if you want high quality weave. However, buying hair for your weave isn't as easy as picking the most expensive bundle at the store. That is true. Everybody's hair texture is different. Now, why it becomes such a barn fire for these youngins is coming up. I'm going to tell you like this, whether you listen to what I have to say or not. If you choose to get in a routine with a woman who has a very high maintenance schedule per month, her hair is included in 2 appointments a month. Some is able to, take it all out for a full month and then, just do it once a month. Some of them can. But when you're talking about twice a month, not only will you be participating in funding that hair appointment, but you also will be experiencing that if you are to hang out or maybe become intimate with her, you're not touching the hair. So that's going to shut you down pretty much in itself, because you're going to be saying, well, I got to deal with this. The first time is going to be, all lighthearted and joking. You're going to say, okay. I understand you just got your hair done. It's not going to just be because she got her hair done. It's going to be then, and then, a week later, it's going to be the same thing, because most of the time they're planning things to do. So they still want to go up there and make sure their hair is the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? So depending on who they are and what their budget like, you might get it twice a month or you might get it once a month. But my whole thing is, I want the youngins to be fully aware that this is a payment that you may be a part of. And we're talking about something that's not going to bring you a vehicle. It's not going to get you any clothes that you want, any jewelry. It's not going to take you on any type of vacations. You know what I'm saying? These expenses are not going to buy you any nutrition for your body. It's not going to be able to get you any more hydration. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be something that's taken away from you to even pay your bills. I'm just saying, be very careful about this attraction that's going on with these females this day and time, because ultimately the reality is they're going to be in that seat for a long time, and when they get out that seat, they want to be far away from you as possible. You know what I'm saying? That's after you all get something to eat. Once you get something to eat, they want to go out by themselves. They want that single driven attraction. You know what I'm saying? In order for us to totally understand it, a lot of you would have to date a sister first to see what I'm talking about. I did. I did. I've dated sisters that had these habits. And believe me, you know, they might come out and they look like a dime, you know. They looking dressed for the weekend, dressed for the occasion, everything. But when it comes down to them making sure they're ready, making sure, you know, y'all made reservations and they ready, the hair is going to come first, period. And you're not going to be able to touch it, no matter how involved you want to be, period. So, you know, for the youngest that's coming up, in order for you to support this habit, just look at it as if you're giving away money that's not going to benefit you. You're not going to get any more, you're not going to get any more intimacy or sexual education, so to speak, just because you purchase your hair. That's just a thing down here. That's becoming regular. You see a female with nice hair down here in the A, you might as well get yourself ready to go in there and make a withdrawal. You definitely got to make a withdrawal, period. But let's talk about this. This is something that you have to purchase the type of weave that your hair type gets, right? That's a cost. And then you have to make the appointment for them to put it on. So just say you're doing that twice a month and your weave costs $6 and it costs about $6 for your beautician. I'm doing even numbers. I'm doing even numbers to make it simple. How much is that a month? 12 times 2 is what? That's $2,400 a month. I'm talking about there are people that's listening and thinking, nah, nobody can't afford no 24 a month. They just a regular blue collar worker. It is. It's individuals that would do DoorDash. They would do anything possible, man, to get that extra money to get their hair done. This is not impossible, bro. They want the best beauticians so they can get their hair done right, man. So it will look as natural as possible. When they walk out of there, they want their hair to be swinging back and forth, just like they Rapunzel, the black Rapunzel. That's what they want to do. They want to act like they're the black Rapunzel, man. They want to go out there with that damn weave swinging back and forth, man, and say, damn, I feel like $1 million. I'm the queen. I'm the queen of the ATL street scene. You know what I'm saying? They be out there swinging their hair back and forth. And, you know, you might not see them for a good week because they have to go out and enjoy themselves and get all the attention, you know, by themselves, you know, with the hair the way it is. And it's a chore, man. It's a task in itself. The date a woman that's extremely high maintenance, and we're just talking about the hair. We're not getting into anything else that she likes. When it's shopping, you know what I'm saying? When it's clothing, when it's anything else that she has, that's a whole nother tab. That's why it's getting extremely tough to date sisters, man. Because for one, you have to look at it also like this. Remember I told you, you have to deal with the person just like you did when you met them, when they had that sew-in and they was looking seductive, sweet, prepossessing, attractive, looking all that, right? Looking tasty, looking like dessert. Well, if you decide to get with her and y'all stay long enough and y'all really feeling each other's vibe, I'm telling you, brothers, you're going to have to deal with the woman who takes that out, because every now and then they have to take that out. You know what I'm saying? They have to remove the sew-in. Then you're going to find out how much hair they actually have. Now, I know a lot of us have been through this experience. You know what I'm saying? There are men out here who, you know, because we are the doers, man. It's a lot of stress that we have to put up with as men that are either hereditary, losing their hair, or whatever the case may be. I'm not going through the whole details. But as men, we lose our hair all the time. We do. Depending on who you are, lose their hair all the time. But you know who's losing their hair faster than us now? You know who's losing their hair faster than we are? That is women. Listen to me, fellas. Listen to me. I know I got some men, some black men out there that really want to stick with, dating their sisters, and that's what they plan on marrying. They know they can find the right one. I get it. I'm with you on that. I get it. But understand me. If you get with a sister that has went through high school and college with that same habit of throwing those sew-ins, you know what I'm saying, getting her hair braided, throwing those sew-ins, or just getting their own hair braided, understand that you have to deal with the one that have to remove the sew-in and the braids and everything, and you're going to get a totally different person. So hope you got a beauty. Hope you got a very, very sexy, natural looking. When she take the makeup off and take the sew-in out, she's like, this is how I look for real, Not everybody can be blessed like that, fellas. But women are going bald quicker than we are. They're going bald quicker than we are. Imagine this now. Women, if they don't have their hair done, especially in the A, y'all, especially in the A, if they don't have their hair done, most of the time you're going to see them with a bonnet on. Imagine how sexy that is. You'll see them with a bonnet, bro. If they in between transitioning until they get up the funds for their next thing, they'll go to work, right? But some of these other places where they go on the weekend and stuff like that, a lot of these women down here, they wear PJs. If they don't plan on going out, they'll put on some PJs and they'll go somewhere with a bonnet on, just so it can all blend in together. But they are waiting for that next appointment. They are waiting to get their next bundle. So whether you can help them out with getting them their bundle or getting them their paying for their appointment, either way it goes, you're gonna be paying. Either way it goes, if you stay around them long enough and y'all hit it off, it's gonna come upon a time where you're gonna find out how much hair she don't have. And a lot of these women are going bald before the men even have a chance to naturally go bald. Their hairline is damn near in the middle of their head, yo. Real talk. Their hairline is in the middle. It looks like a half moon. This is seriously going on with the habit that they have with braids and everything else, with the sew-ins and stuff like that. Their hair is being lost, brother. They can't get this hair back. So fellas, instead of us just enjoying our girl with no makeup on, laying up, enjoying those moments, just, chilling, or us being out. Some of these women will go out with you with a cap on, with a bonnet on, with something on their head. You know what I'm saying? Instead of back in the day where they used to put on a dress. They used to get made up and put on a dress. And they used to just comb their hair out, and get it looking right. Looking like a natural woman. No, not today. The dating scene is a struggle. And it's only going to get worse because these women are going out here getting these these sew-ins for years and years and years at a time, spending an incredible amount of money a year, on this. And then not to mention, it's something that's going on that they can't stop. While they up there, allowing these men to assist them, is what's actually going on with their hairline that they can't stop. They can't get nobody to freaking help that out. They can't. And I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm just saying when you're chilling at home and you look over there and all you see is the light reflecting off your girl's forehead, and a little bit after that, you're saying to yourself, dang, She done lost that much hair. So most of these women are going to get like that at the end of their at the end of their 20s, going into their 30s, man, because they've been doing this shit since high school. And depending if you down here, since freaking middle school, bro. When I was picking my son up, I used to see little kids with 30 inches, 28 inches down. I say, God damn, already? They got them all. They have them already at the beautician sitting in that chair. Already doing school. Hey, they don't care, man. As long as they get and look at it this way. Them braids, when they get their hair braided with all that, them braids just swinging around. Just think about everything that goes along with keeping them braids clean, swinging around, maintenance to them. It's just too much, fellas. It's just freaking too much for me to even think about, because I've been there already. So I'm just trying to send out the PSA. I'm just trying to send out the PSA to you all that's growing up that may have to, depending on where you're working at, you might have to take out some extra expenses, when you start getting out there on the dating scene that you wasn't expecting. And then you telling people you can't afford a car, but you can afford a car because you think about the deductions that you putting out for your girl, and you say, well, I have a car if I drop her, but I love being around her, and everything like that. You're gonna have to make a choice, homie. Take care of your freaking your wants, or taking care of her wants. You gotta make the decision. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta make a conscious decision that this is gonna cost you money that you will never see. You'll never see the results. Like, how does it benefit you? It benefits her. And you got to ask yourself, too, would she support you if you had a habit like this? You know what I'm saying? If you had a habit, would she be able to support a habit that you had that was $600-800 a month at least? You got to ask yourself that. Real talk, you got to ask. It's tough. It's tough. But all these weaves and sew-ins, man, are destroying our sisters' hair. All these chemicals and stuff, finally, a female do a breakdown or whatever, and they take up all that stuff, and you want to come over, the guy on the bonnet, and you up there messing with a girl with a bonnet on. How sexy is that? A bonnet. You know what I'm saying? You have to take the bonnet off. And she looking like Grace Jones up in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You like, God damn, I didn't think that was even possible. Based off who I saw before and who I see now, man, relationships are crazy. Your girl's your girl get to her 30s. She may potentially have less hair than you, the man. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not trying to sit up here and piss no women off. I just see it all the time. I've been seeing it for years. You know what I'm saying? I was actually in a relationship where I had to go through something like that. And it's time consuming, man. Especially what day your girl has this appointment. If it's like Friday, Saturday, oh my God, you can cancel it. You can cancel it. You're going to be locked in until they finish. Especially if it's a full one, you're going to be locked in, man. It is tough. And then, the beauticians, they deserve to get paid for their time because that's a hard-ass job. Hard-ass job. But definitely, I'm not going to take too long on this. I just wanted to come up here and give fair warning since we're getting into 2024. And some of these brothers might want to go to a boxing match or something, right? But they busy paying this bill for their lady, to get these sew-ins that's costing them a plane ticket, lodging, you know what I'm saying, a chance to see a good boxing match. Think about that, fellas. Think about that. Don't let them, don't be fooled, bro. Don't be fooled. You know what I'm saying? Do you too. She wants you to just do her, not so much in an intimate way. She wants you to do her by helping you out with that tab that she got for the beautician. I'm telling you, once you get in it, you're going to have to stay in it. Else you're going to have to get all the way out. Because you're going to be a part of it. You're going to have to then contribute. It's almost like taking an offering. at church this morning. You're gonna have to give her an offering a month. They help pay for that freaking hair she getting and her appointment. So in the end, I want to look out for you. Y'all be safe out there. Be aware, because at the end of the day, you're gonna see them walking around like this. Don't say I ain't tell you. They're gonna have you walk. Hey, them girl gonna be walking around looking like that. Till next time, man, y'all hold it down. Shout out to the hottest chat in the